Luna is in Salt Lake City, Utah. Hi, Luna. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, how are you doing?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to try and make this as short as possible, but I'm 29. I have a fire under my butt to go back to school, and I'm currently 1 year through, undergraduate. It's going to be 4 years. So it's going to be really a useless degree unless I go to graduate school because it's for a veterinary doctor degree. And I'm looking at it, and it looks like I'm going to be able to pay for it. You're going to hate this. It's going to be all on loans, but I don't even make over, the threshold to make, pay taxes. So I make next to nothing. My family all lives paycheck to paycheck, but the one saving grace here is, my grandparents, they have a trust, and they say that I have 10% of it when they die. And I'm wondering, is it possible to borrow from a trust or get it early, or what can I do? Because I'm just looking to pay for my living expenses through college.
What were you doing before you went on this adventure?
I really tried to have a family life, but they all kind of left. But
who's they? Your husband? Your kids?
Yes. I don't have any kids. I've got cats. But yeah, I was married for a short time, divorced, but my life kind of fell apart for a while, and I put it back together, and I finally have a passion and a purpose, and like I said, I've got a fire under my butt to go back to school and make something of myself. But I'm just, there's not a lot of money out there for students unless you borrow, and that's not a good option. But
can I challenge something? Can I challenge something real quick?
Yeah.
You don't got to go make something of yourself. You already got worth right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And you got, I think that fire under your butt, honestly, is how burned you are because you looked at somebody and you said, I do. And he said, I do. And then he left.
Well, that's not something that I'm really focusing on here in the future. That's kind of past is past. But now, I did
past
go
is
through
past,
some
except
health
it's
issues.
so caught up in your throat you can hardly speak.
That's right. There's a great quote that says, you may be through with the past, but the past isn't through with you. And if you don't heal from that, where you can talk about it and think about it without your body getting overcome, then it's going to haunt you. And what it's going to do, it's going to shoot you like a rocket ship into some life-altering decisions, like getting $250,000 or $300,000 in the hole and not knowing what direction is up or down.
And maybe not even finishing and getting the DVM.
That's right.
Not everybody that starts vet school finishes vet school. Not everybody that finishes vet school passes their boards and becomes a veterinarian. And so
it's harder than medical school, is from what I hear.
It is.
But,
one of my friends that's a vet says when you're in medical school, you only have to learn one set of anatomy. He said, I have to learn a whole bunch of them. So he makes fun of doctors. And it's very difficult and intellectually difficult. And you love animals, obviously. It becomes an emotional process, too. So, Luna, the answer to your question is no, you cannot borrow on a trust unless the trust has written into it that option. I'm going to bet you that this one does not. And can they release, who is the trust? Your grandparents formed the trust for their money to leave to their grandkids?
Yeah, their grandkids and their children, yeah.
Okay. And how much is in the trust?
I think it was down a little bit right now, but it was $2.7 million.
So your part's $270,000, so it would fund you going to school. Okay, so if you talk to your grandfather, he could just choose to take you out of the trust and take $270,000 and pay for your school. and you no longer would be
Okay.
in the trust. Okay? He could choose to do that legally. You want me to tell you what I think's going to happen? You're not going to like it.
Well, yeah, but
I think
that's
your
why I
grandfather
called for
loves you.
answers.
I think your grandfather loves you, and he's going to see how fragile you are and that you're probably not in really good emotional shape right now to go take on something like the Battle of Vet School. It's going to take a lot more strength than you've exhibited in this call to do that. And I'm not picking on you, honey. I think you've been hurt. And you're still hurting. And I want you to have some healing and be going at vet school from strength rather than from weakness. And I got a feeling your grandpa might say that. Does that sound like something he might say?
Maybe, but I also skipped over the part where I went to like therapy and I was in the hospital for a while doing inpatient and outpatient. Like,
Yeah.
And here's the thing.
so
I'm so sorry.
Here's the thing, sweetie.
I'm pretty well balanced now.
I've taught doctoral students. I've walked them through their dissertation. I've worked with law students. I've worked with medical students. Like, I need you to hear what Dave's saying. That probably the greatest gift you could give yourself is to get one, if not two jobs where you are working really close with animals because it's what you love. And do that hour in, hour out, day after day, week after week, month after month, and make sure you love this.
And for 2 or 3 years, and let yourself have some distance, because the lady we're talking to is having trouble going through the conversation, much less through 3 years of vet school.
And this is two guys who both love our dogs.
We
want
love
great
you.
vets.
We want you to win.
I want you to win.
I'm not trying to be a dream killer. I'm trying to be a nightmare killer.
Yeah.
And I got a feeling if your grandpa loves you and if he's wise, he will deny your request. Yeah. Not because he's being mean, but because he's going to hear and see what we're hearing and seeing. That's my guess. Now, again, it's just a radio show. We've only talked to you for 2 minutes, honey, but you sound very hurt and very fresh and very raw in talking to you. And that's not saying you haven't done hard work already, but you've got some more healing to do. Is what it sounds like. And if we're wrong, we're wrong. You go do what you want to do, honey. You're a grown up. You're allowed to do what you want to do. You called us, and we're going to tell you the truth because we love you. Even if it's not what you want to hear.
I'm going to give you this analogy. I've met with countless people over the years who are sick and tired of being overweight. And they say, today is the day that I start. None of those folks are going to be successful if the next day they start running a marathon. That's not how that works. They start walking around their neighborhood. They hire a personal trainer and slowly start lifting weights. It's a slow, gradual process. It's going to take time because you have to heal. You have to change your entire way of doing life.
And to build your muscle tone.
That's right. You got to build your body. And so I want you to hear me and Dave say later, not now.
Yeah,
you can't
never,
do this number.
Not never, not now.
Right now. Not right now.
And you're going to know a whole lot more about you and a whole lot more about this career path if you'll go do what John said, and that's become a vet tech and just go in there and love animals every day and get paid and pay your bills and get paid and love animals and pay your bills and get paid and smile and get in the morning, read your Bible and sit on the back porch with a cup of coffee and watch the sun come up and know that everything's going to be okay. And you do that a little while longer and, the past will be a little bit more in your rearview mirror. And again, I'm not discounting or putting down all the work you've done so far, the hospital, the therapists, all that. I'm just telling you, reflecting back to you what we heard in 3 minutes on the radio, honey.
And I got a buddy who's
about as gentle as I know how to be.
Yeah, who runs a vet clinic, and he's always talking about they're trying to hire good vets. And so I can even see a scenario where you are a vet tech for a couple of years, and some vet looks at you and says, "I'll help you go through school.
I'll pay for it
if you sign a 5-year deal with me or something." And so, man, you may figure something out there.
Ding, ding. And the situation might change with the trust over time. If your grandparents passed, the 10% could be coming to you while you're doing all of this. And instead of you going up to your eyeballs in debt in this situation and then maybe not able to play through.